What's that in the sky? Is that a bird? Is that a plane? Or is it Frogman?
It's Frogman!
It's Frogman! Okay, Frogman. This is a brand new found footage style horror. I feel like it's been a little while since we've watched one.
Yeah.
Because we
Especially
were
like a new one.
Yeah, we were going through just
We had a bunch.
yeah, we were really going through them there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of ran out for the most part on stuff that we wanted to watch, and we got this brought to our attention a couple days ago, and so we watched this yesterday. And this is from writer-director Anthony Cousins, who is responsible in part for the Scare Package films, which I'm a big fan of the first Scare Package, and I did not like the second one at all, unfortunately, but I did really like the first one a lot. So when I saw that they were involved in that and then this, I was like, okay, that has some promise at least. You know? So we're dealing with a guy here who caught footage of the elusive Frogman when he was a kid. Yeah. And this is a real myth.
A real cryptid.
Real cryptid.
He exists.
He exists. So says Kaylee.
Yes.
He captures this when he's young, and later in life he is not doing much. He's down on his luck.
Yeah.
And he wants to prove to everyone that he really saw something when he was a kid, and he's bound and determined. So he gets together with his best friend, both of his best friends, actually, and one of them is a lady who has a romantic affiliation with, but that's, of course,
entanglement.
Yeah, that's not going particularly well at the moment. But they set out to Loveland to hunt down the Frogmen with their camcorder that he took when he was in the 90s. So it has like a 90s feel to it. I actually really liked this one. I felt like the film has two really strong things to it. It has a really strong core cast with our three leads here. I think they play off of each other very well and organically and feel like friends. I liked the banter between them. I felt like all of that felt very authentic. I should say there's three things. The second is the aesthetic, especially how it starts. That felt like genuine 90s footage. And then the rest of it being shot on this handheld from the 90s like we see in the original footage was cool, and it gave it almost like a Blair Witchy type feel. And then thirdly, it has a really, really good climactic payoff that I felt like did not shy away, albeit one of my main gripes always, that like staticky, like distorted footage when things show up. I hate it, and every found footage film I've ever watched in my life does it. I'm so tired of it.
I will say I completely agree with you though about like all like the core cast having such a great dynamic and the look of everything being really wonderful. All of that's definitely super solid, and I really love the ending. Like the last act of the film is insane. It's like really crazy. And as far as like the video distortion goes, at least in this one, there is kind of a reason why it's happening. It's not like super explicitly explained, but I can explain it with what I know about what's going on, so I'm okay with that. But I agree. I know that is like such a trope in found footage, and sometimes it makes like literally no sense why the footage is like glitching all of a sudden. But in this one, I will say it does make sense, so I'm okay with it. But I really love this movie. I thought it was super fun, and it has so many great elements of found footage that I love. And I think it does it all really successfully. I think that the build-up and the payoff is really satisfying, and it is something where you kind of go into it, and it's fun because it sort of mirrors what's going on in the film where you're like not really taking it that seriously because like Frogman sounds so lame and stupid. And this character is kind of trying to prove, you know, that it's real and he saw it and all that, and is taking his friends to do that. And the journey of like finding out like, oh shit, like it is real. I feel like that was what I felt watching the film.
Yeah.
You know, and so I appreciate that. I think it's cool that way.
If I was to compare it to anything that we've seen, I mean, it has flavors of a lot of different things for sure. But I would say the thing that kind of reminded me of the most would probably be Blackwater Vampire.
Okay. Yeah.
So, which is you know,
we
a good
really,
thing.
really liked
I was
that
a
a
huge
lot,
fan of that one, so that's a positive. But yeah, I found our female lead here to be very charming and funny.
Yes.
She brings this like character with her.
Yeah.
This almost like Dolly Parton-esque kind of character that she keeps pushing onto the camera when she has this jacket and everything that she's in character doing, and I found all that to be funny and charming and added a good sense of levity to the film, but it also added some drama to the film as well. Which I thought felt pretty authentic as well. So I liked how the friends played off of each other. I liked that they tackled something that is silly, but they did it in a very balanced way where the people he brings along with him aren't taking it seriously because how could you? But he is. And the way they play off of that stuff and the breakdown of all those things where it's okay and then it becomes not okay later on for him, I felt like was all very believable and done right in the right moments for dramatic emphasis. And to add that character growth and plunge for him. So yeah, really, really well. It has a really good balance as far as the pacing and the structure goes, and I unfortunately a lot of found footage is very amateurish, and I find that this one clearly had a director behind it that understood how to structure this film, you know, in a ever increasing pace that made it very. It wasn't a chore to sit through, which was great, because a lot of found footage can have a lot of like lag and it has pacing issues and it doesn't know how to ramp up and elevate things in a way that doesn't become unbelievable, because that's I think where maybe this film has its strongest where it has its strength. It has its strongest strength. Is that at no point ever was I ever feeling like, oh, they'd leave.
Right,
or,
yeah, totally.
Oh, why would they continue to keep filming? Or none of those questions ever got brought up to me. And there's so many found footage films we watch. Where you're just like, the suspension of disbelief. And we've talked about this on the channel a trillion times.
With found footage, it's everything.
It's everything.
I mean, like so many other genres, you don't need that because it's a movie and you're aware it's a movie. And yes, you know you're watching a found footage movie, but the fun is pretending like it's real.
Yes.
And so you have to be able to be like, oh yeah, they totally would
this
still
is
be
real.
there.
Yeah.
That's the fun in it. And yeah, I agree with you. I think that it's a completely believable scenario. And what you were saying too about like the pacing and I think this happens in found footage movies as well, where when things aren't happening, like when whatever is the killers or paranormal, supernatural stuff isn't going on, and you're just with the people that are filming, those times can sometimes get boring.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in this film either. Like all the banter between them and the drama that's going on in the friend group and just everything with that is intriguing and interesting, and you want to know what's happening. And so I think that's another strength that the film has. And as far as like the budgeting goes, I think that also shows in maybe not budgeting, but just like the skill or whatever you want to call it with the practical effects and the effects at the end and the last act. Really love all of that. I think it's super cool, and it was creepy. Like there's genuinely a few really creepy moments,
Yeah.
that I was like, that's like, I didn't think that like Frogman was gonna scare me, but I'm scared by this. So I liked it. And the other thing I'll say as well is because I always liked seeing this in found footage movies is like the locals.
Yeah.
And I liked all the locals in
Yeah.
this too. Like there's this one scene where there's a gift shop kind of thing for Frogman, and I just thought that was great. I thought that was super cool because if you've been anywhere where there's like a famous cryptid, you know, a town that's trying to capitalize on it, like you inevitably come into those kinds of gift shops where they're selling like Mothman merch or, you know, Sasquatch or whatever. And so I really like that. I don't know if it's a real place, like a real shop that they used or what. I wouldn't be, I mean, I don't know. Some of the stuff in there was really goofy, which I liked. Like there was like Frogman mucus. But that's kind of stuff that's like super fun. So whether or not it was real or fake, like it was a great inclusion. And it really, you know, makes it feel more believable. So,
Yeah, and you make a great point on that because when I think of something like the godfather of these things, the Blair Witch Project. Yes, I know there was movies before the Blair Witch Project, like Cannibal Holocaust and whatever. I don't care. Blair Witch was the one that really took off. Right, that's the one that really made the cultural impact, that made the money, that was relevant and everyone knows about. I can go to literally anyone on the street. Blair Witch Project, of course. Yes. 99% of people have heard of it.
Shot of Heather.
Yeah, if I went to, you know, 100 people on the street and asked them about Cannibal Holocaust, maybe 5 would know what that is, maybe less.
Yeah.
But Blair Witch is definitely the first one that really, really made some impact. So when I think of that movie, and, you know, one of my favorite parts of that film is literally every single local they talk to. I can think of every single one of them off the top of my head, and I like every one of them.
Yeah.
Even the one that's in it for like 2 seconds. You believe in witchcraft? No, sir.
So good.
You're God-fearing man? Mm-hmm. Love it. I love that. I love the 2 dudes fishing.
Yes.
I love the mom with the kid, and the mom's trying to cover her, or the kid's trying to cover her mouth the whole time.
Dude, that's
you got
amazing.
the dude that's talking about, you know, putting the kids in the corner. You know, you got the girl outside the diner. You know, and then of course you got good old Mary Brown, who's the best of the best.
Yes.
It's like a pho. Like a horse pho.
Yeah, I love seeing the locals in found footage movies, and especially like if they're low budget too. I love finding out if they're actually like local people that they're just like, hey, like we'll pay you to be in this or whatever, or you know, friends or whatnot.
With the Blair Witch, yeah, it was. Yeah.
But I think it's an especially with something like, obviously not all found footage films are about. They're not all about some people going out into the woods to find something, but a lot of them are kind of about that. And so, you know, knowing that you're going to an area where there's some urban legend or local legend or whatever, and getting the town's reaction to that is really cool, because like in the Blair Witch, you sort of have that mix of people that are like, I don't want to talk about it, like, no, it's scary and evil. And then you have other people that are like, oh yeah, like I'll chat with you. And in this one, it's fun because it's like a lot of the people that they talk to are like really willing to talk about it, and it's like super, you know, it's like their little claim to fame for such a silly sounding cryptid. And I definitely want to like look more into Frogman and like, you know, all of that, because it's
the Loveland Frog.
The Loveland Frog
is what it's referred to as, not the Frogman. I think they just threw that on, the man part on, for the movie. But yeah, when it comes to found footage though, and this is the last thing I'll say, we need to wrap it up. We've been recording for way too long. The reason, of course, we're always going to go back to the woods is because it's free. It's inherently scary. It's like where we got ourselves out of as humans. We have like a core fear. Right? Of the woods. Because that's where we kind of crawled our way out of and started making a civilization. We're like, we're not going back there. We know what's in those damn woods.
There's stuff we don't know.
So
the unknown is in there.
It's free. It's readily accessible. It's, you know, it's all over the place. You don't have to have filming permits. You can go out there at night and make as much fucking noise as you want, and no one's calling the police. Like, it's the obvious place to film. Totally. For these things. Yeah. Right? You can film in one area 10 freaking different ways, and it will feel like 1,000 different sets.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like obviously the most perfect possible area for one of these.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's overused.
It's
but I get it. But it works here once again.
It works really good here. So.
Frogman. One thing that bums me out, last thing, I know that was the last thing, but this really is the last thing. One thing that does bum me out is that this is only available to rent on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it. We had to rent it on YouTube. It's only $4. I think it's worth it 100%. Totally. And please support this film.
Yes.
But I'm bummed to see that this didn't get more word of mouth. Yeah. But here it is. We're giving you the go ahead.
The word of mouth.
If you're a found footage fan, definitely check it out.
Yes.
But I'm shocked to not see it on Vudu and Apple and all these other rental sites. So I don't know why it's only on YouTube and why it doesn't have any kind of marketing to it at all. I haven't seen anything. Somebody just said they were watching it. They said it was found footage, and then I IMDb'd it. I was like, oh, scare package guy? Cool. Let's check it out. We had an hour and a half, and we threw it on. I think this is actually a little less, but whatever. Man, I mean, this is the hidden gem, right?
Yeah,
This
sure.
is how those happen. But I want to see a movie like this get more attention. I want to see a movie like this.
This is something that I could totally see being like on Shudder. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This would be
Screenbox
like
at least.
100, yeah. So for sure, check it out. Like, if you like found footage, this is worth a watch.
This should have got snatched up at a festival, and
it's really good.
Purchase the rights by a Shudder, by a Screenbox, by something. I'm kind of shocked that this didn't get snatched up, but hopefully I'll look into it and it'll be coming to something soon enough. But for now, support the film.
Yes.
Throw $4 at it if you're a found footage fan. It's worth it.
Yeah, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, definitely, guys. All right, bye.
Bye.